Have you been feeling that tingling, numbness, or cold sensation in your legs and feet lately? You're not alone. Poor circulation and nerve damage are common issues as we age, and surprisingly, your diet might be making things worse. Here at Elderly Power Tips, we're revealing 15 everyday foods that could silently be worsening numb legs, tingling feet, and nerve damage, especially in older adults. What you eat has a powerful impact on your circulation and nerve health. And while some of these foods might seem harmless, they can quietly contribute to inflammation and poor blood flow. And here's the part you won't want to miss: the last 3 vegetables on this list are some of the worst offenders for triggering numbness and nerve issues. They're common, they're often labeled as healthy, and you may be eating them every single week. Let's dive in, and protect your legs before the damage becomes permanent. Let's start with one of the most common culprits hiding in plain sight: bacon. Yes, it's delicious, but for older adults, especially those dealing with numbness, tingling, or poor leg circulation, bacon can quietly make things worse. Bacon is loaded with saturated fat and sodium. This combination may lead to fluid retention and high blood pressure, both of which can restrict healthy blood flow, especially to the legs and feet. And when circulation slows, your nerves may not get the oxygen and nutrients they need, increasing your risk for numbness, tingling, or even nerve damage over time. Now, I'm not saying you can never enjoy a slice of bacon again, but if your legs often feel cold, weak, or tingly, it's time to take a closer look at how often it's showing up on your plate. We'll go through 14 more foods that can sneakily worsen leg and nerve symptoms, and trust me, the last 3 vegetables on this list will surprise you. They're commonly seen as healthy, but for people over 60, they can quietly sabotage nerve health. So stay with us. You'll want to hear about those. Next up, food number 2, processed hamburgers. Now, I know hamburgers are an American favorite, and there's nothing wrong with enjoying one every now and then. But the trouble starts when we're reaching for the prepackaged, frozen, or fast food varieties that are heavily processed. These burgers often contain trans fats, high levels of sodium, and chemical preservatives. Why does that matter? Because these ingredients can trigger inflammation throughout the body, including in the blood vessels and nerves. For seniors already dealing with poor circulation or nerve issues in the legs, that inflammation makes things worse. It narrows the blood vessels, reduces oxygen delivery to your nerves, and can increase the burning, tingling, or numb sensations in your feet and legs. And the preservatives? They don't just help the burger last longer, they can also slow your body's natural healing and repair mechanisms. If your legs feel sluggish, heavy, or if you notice pins and needles more often, it might be time to rethink that quick processed burger. Now let's talk about another common culprit: frozen pizza. It might be convenient and tasty, but it can quietly take a toll on your circulation and nerve health, especially as we age. Frozen pizzas are typically packed with sodium and saturated fats. That high sodium content causes your body to retain excess water, which can lead to swelling in your feet and legs. Over time, this fluid buildup puts pressure on your blood vessels, slowing down circulation and making that numb, tingling sensation in your legs even worse. But that's not all. Saturated fats in frozen pizza can also contribute to chronic inflammation. Inflammation is one of the silent triggers behind nerve damage, especially in older adults who may already have underlying issues like diabetes or poor blood flow. And don't forget the processed meats and cheeses on top. These can contain preservatives and additives that may also worsen inflammation and oxidative stress, both of which are major contributors to nerve pain and poor leg circulation. If frozen pizza is a regular part of your routine, it might be time to consider healthier, homemade alternatives. Your legs, nerves, and overall energy levels will thank you. Let's keep going. Some surprising everyday foods are still ahead. Now, let's move on to something you might not expect: instant soups. They're quick, easy, and comforting, especially on a cold day. But for older adults, they can quietly worsen circulation and nerve health. Most instant soups are loaded with sodium, sometimes even more than your daily recommended amount in just one serving. When your body takes in that much salt, it holds on to water, which can increase blood pressure and lead to fluid buildup in the legs. This excess fluid puts pressure on your veins, slowing blood flow and making it harder for oxygen and nutrients to reach your nerves. But there's more. Many of these soups contain artificial additives and preservatives designed to boost shelf life, but these chemicals may also contribute to inflammation. And as we've said before, inflammation is one of the root causes of nerve pain and tingling in the legs. So while instant soups might seem like a harmless pantry staple, they can be a hidden trigger for worsening leg discomfort and poor circulation. Choosing low-sodium, homemade options with real vegetables and lean proteins is a much better alternative for your overall health. Now let's talk about something that many of us keep around for birthdays, holidays, or just a sweet treat with our coffee: cake mixes and pre-made cakes. They're convenient and taste great, but they come with a hidden cost for your health, especially when it comes to circulation and nerve function. These cakes are often packed with refined sugars and hydrogenated fats, two major culprits when it comes to damaging your blood vessels. Refined sugar causes spikes in blood sugar levels, which over time can inflame and stiffen your arteries. This makes it harder for blood to flow freely, especially to the legs and feet. Hydrogenated fats, also known as trans fats, are even worse. They don't just raise your bad cholesterol, they directly harm your blood vessels, reduce oxygen delivery, and contribute to chronic inflammation. For seniors already dealing with tingling, numbness, or neuropathy, these effects can make symptoms even more uncomfortable and harder to manage. Instead of reaching for the box mix or grocery store cake, consider homemade options made with natural sweeteners and healthy fats like olive oil or avocado. You'll still satisfy your sweet tooth, just without compromising your circulation or nerve health. Up next, we'll cover another common food that might be doing more harm than good. Let's move on to something many of us have enjoyed for decades: French fries. Whether from a fast food drive-thru or a frozen bag at home, industrial-style French fries are a go-to comfort food. But for those of us over 60, they may be doing more harm than we realize. These fries are typically deep-fried in low-quality oils that are reused multiple times, creating harmful compounds called advanced glycation end products, AGEs. These toxins trigger inflammation throughout the body, including in the delicate nerves and blood vessels of your feet and legs. Add to that the high amounts of sodium, and you have a perfect storm. Too much salt leads to fluid retention, which can cause swollen ankles and feet, a common issue for older adults with circulation problems. The unhealthy fats in fries also raise bad cholesterol, stiffen arteries, and slow down blood flow. That inflammation and swelling can worsen symptoms of neuropathy and make it harder for oxygen and nutrients to reach your nerves. The result? More tingling, more numbness, and more discomfort. If you love fries, try baking your own with sweet potatoes and heart-healthy olive oil. It's a much better option for keeping your circulation strong and your feet feeling good. Now let's talk about something that might hit your sweet tooth: candies and processed sweets. While an occasional treat is perfectly fine, regularly indulging in refined sugar can take a serious toll on your nerve and circulatory health, especially as we age. Candies, snack cakes, and industrial sweets are packed with refined sugars and artificial additives. These ingredients spike your blood sugar quickly and then cause it to crash, putting stress on your blood vessels and nervous system. Over time, high sugar intake contributes to chronic inflammation, which is one of the key drivers of nerve damage and poor circulation. That inflammation can cause the tiny blood vessels that supply your nerves, especially in your feet and legs, to become damaged or narrowed. When this happens, oxygen and nutrients can't reach the nerves as efficiently, increasing the risk of numbness, tingling, and burning sensations. Processed sweets also often include hydrogenated oils and preservatives, which further worsen inflammation and can slow down the healing of nerve tissue. If you find yourself craving something sweet, try naturally sweet alternatives like berries, a few pieces of dark chocolate, or even cinnamon-spiced baked apples. These options satisfy cravings without putting your nerve health at risk. Now that we've tackled sweets, it's only fitting we talk about what many people sip right alongside them: soda. Whether it's regular or diet, soda is one of the sneakiest contributors to poor circulation and nerve issues, especially in people over 60. Regular sodas are loaded with sugar, sometimes as much as 10 teaspoons in a single can. That sugar surge sends your blood sugar skyrocketing, triggering inflammation throughout the body. Over time, these sugar spikes damage blood vessels and impair circulation, especially in your legs and feet. That's when numbness, tingling, and cold feet start creeping in. But diet sodas aren't a safe alternative either. They're filled with artificial sweeteners and chemical additives that may interfere with your nervous system and even alter how your body responds to insulin. Some studies suggest that long-term diet soda consumption is linked to increased risk of stroke, dementia, and nerve sensitivity issues. What's more, both types of soda can pull minerals like magnesium and calcium from your body, nutrients your nerves and muscles desperately need to function well. So, if you're reaching for a soda out of habit or convenience, try switching to infused water, herbal teas, or naturally sparkling mineral water. Your nerves and blood vessels will thank you. Now, after looking at the effects of soda, it's time to talk about another common beverage that can quietly worsen circulation and nerve health: beer. Many older adults enjoy an occasional drink, and while moderate consumption may seem harmless, regular beer intake can contribute to some serious issues, especially when it comes to your feet and legs. Beer contains alcohol, which acts as a diuretic, leading to dehydration. And dehydration thickens your blood, reducing its flow to your extremities. That's when cold, numb, or tingling feet often start becoming more noticeable. But it doesn't stop there. Alcohol can directly damage nerves over time, leading to a condition called alcoholic neuropathy. It can cause burning sensations, muscle weakness, and chronic numbness in the lower limbs. Combined with beer's tendency to spike blood sugar, especially in those with prediabetes or diabetes, it becomes a perfect storm for circulation problems. Beer also promotes inflammation in the body, particularly in nerve tissues. And when your nerves are inflamed, they don't communicate as well, meaning your balance, muscle control, and even walking can be affected. If you enjoy a cold beer, consider limiting it and replacing it with hydrating options like coconut water or sparkling herbal infusions. Keeping your blood vessels and nerves healthy is worth the switch. Let's take a look at the next hidden offender. Now, let's move on to something that feels comforting, nostalgic, and often harmless, but can quietly interfere with blood flow and nerve health: milk chocolate. For many older adults, a small square of chocolate after dinner is a daily habit. And while dark chocolate in moderation can have some benefits, milk chocolate is a very different story. It's loaded with added sugars and unhealthy fats, which can raise your blood sugar and cholesterol levels significantly. And over time, both of those factors work against your circulation. When blood sugar spikes repeatedly, it damages the lining of your blood vessels, especially the small, delicate ones in your feet and lower legs. That damage restricts oxygen and nutrient delivery, which is essential for healthy nerves and muscles. On top of that, high cholesterol levels from the saturated fat in milk chocolate can lead to plaque buildup in arteries, making it harder for blood to reach your extremities. The result? Cold feet, tingling toes, and even nerve pain, symptoms that often get brushed off as normal aging, but can be worsened by what's on your plate, or in your candy dish. If you're craving chocolate, try a piece of dark chocolate with at least 70% cacao. It's richer, lower in sugar, and friendlier to your blood vessels. Now let's talk about a breakfast and sandwich staple that seems innocent enough but may be quietly working against your circulation: white and refined breads. Many older adults still enjoy white toast in the morning or a sandwich on soft, fluffy white bread. But here's the problem: refined breads are stripped of fiber, minerals, and other nutrients during processing. What you're left with is mainly starch, quickly digested carbohydrates that spike your blood sugar levels. Every time your blood sugar spikes, it triggers inflammation and damages the delicate blood vessels that carry oxygen and nutrients to your legs and feet. Over time, this reduces circulation and can aggravate nerve function, making symptoms like numbness, tingling, or cold feet more frequent. What's more, the lack of fiber in white bread means your digestion slows down and your body struggles to keep blood sugar stable, another hit to your vascular and nerve health. Switching to whole grain or sprouted grain bread can make a big difference. These breads are rich in fiber, antioxidants, and nutrients that support circulation and protect your nerves. You don't have to give up bread entirely, but making a smarter choice at the grocery store can help keep your legs feeling lighter, stronger, and more alive. Next on our list is a beloved dessert that might be doing more harm than good, industrial ice cream. That we all enjoy a sweet, creamy scoop now and then. But commercial, mass-produced ice cream is often loaded with ingredients that can seriously interfere with circulation and nerve health. We're talking about high levels of refined sugar, trans fats, and artificial additives, things your body doesn't process well, especially as you age. When you eat these sugary, processed treats, your blood sugar spikes rapidly. That sugar surge triggers inflammation, damages blood vessels, and stresses the nerves, particularly those in your feet and legs, where circulation is already more vulnerable in older adults. On top of that, trans fats used in many industrial ice creams can raise your LDL cholesterol and stiffen blood vessels, making it even harder for oxygen-rich blood to reach your extremities. Add to that a cocktail of preservatives, emulsifiers, and artificial flavors that can irritate the nervous system, and it's easy to see why this sweet treat might leave you with more than just brain freeze. That if you love ice cream, consider switching to small batch or homemade versions using real ingredients and less sugar. Your nerves, and your legs, will thank you. Now, we've arrived at a critical part of today's discussion, the final 3 foods. And surprisingly, they're not junk food. They're vegetables. Yes, even some vegetables can quietly worsen numbness, swelling, and poor circulation, especially when consumed in large amounts. The first one might really surprise you: spinach. Spinach is often praised as a superfood. It's rich in vitamins, iron, and antioxidants. But here's what most people don't realize, especially older adults: spinach is also very high in oxalates. Oxalates are natural compounds that bind with calcium in the body, forming sharp, tiny crystals. These crystals can accumulate in the kidneys and blood vessels, increasing the risk of kidney stones and interfering with blood flow. Poor circulation to the legs and feet can lead to numbness, swelling, and nerve discomfort, problems that older adults are already more prone to, and that's not all. Spinach also has a high water retention effect, which may worsen leg swelling in those with circulation or kidney issues. If you've been dealing with puffiness in your feet or ankles and spinach is a regular part of your diet, it might be worth taking a closer look. Another important consideration: spinach contains large amounts of vitamin K, which plays a key role in blood clotting. For older adults taking anticoagulant medications like warfarin, excess spinach can reduce the drug's effectiveness and increase the risk of clots, making things even worse for circulation. Now, I'm not saying spinach is a bad food. But if you're over 60, struggling with tingling feet or circulation issues, and eating large servings of spinach every day, your body might be telling you something. Stick with us, because next, we'll look at vegetable number 2. It's commonly used in soups and salads, but it may be quietly disrupting your blood flow. Don't miss it. Let's continue with another vegetable that might seem healthy on the surface but can quietly contribute to the very problems we're trying to prevent: beets. Beets are often praised for their ability to support heart health and reduce blood pressure, thanks to their high nitrate content. But just like spinach, beets are also very high in oxalates, natural compounds that, in excess, can have unintended consequences for older adults, especially those dealing with circulation or nerve issues in their legs. When oxalates build up, they can bind with calcium in the body and lead to the formation of kidney stones. But beyond kidney health, this oxalate load can also affect your blood vessels, interfering with smooth blood flow and putting extra pressure on your lower extremities. That can mean more swelling in your legs and feet, more water retention, and potentially more discomfort or numbness. And here's something many people don't realize: as your legs swell, that extra fluid can start compressing the peripheral nerves around your ankles and feet. This kind of physical pressure can worsen sensations of tingling, pins and needles, or even full-blown numbness. What's more, while beets may be helpful in moderation, many seniors who are trying to eat healthy may be juicing or consuming large quantities of beets daily. That can lead to a consistent overload of oxalates in the system, especially if kidneys are already a bit slower due to age. That if you're noticing increased discomfort in your feet or legs and beets are a staple in your diet, it may be time to step back and reassess. Healthy aging isn't just about eating vegetables, it's about eating the right ones in the right amounts for your body's current needs. Up next, we'll cover the final vegetable on this list, and trust me, it's one that most people would never expect to cause issues with numbness and circulation. Stay with us, because this one might be sitting in your fridge right now. Let's talk about a comfort food that's made its way into almost every American household: potatoes. Whether mashed, roasted, or fried, potatoes are a staple on many dinner tables. But when it comes to nerve health, circulation, and leg numbness, they may not be as harmless as they seem, especially when fried. Potatoes are high in rapidly digestible starch, which the body quickly converts into glucose. That means after eating potatoes, especially in large portions, your blood sugar can spike in much the same way it would after consuming a sugary dessert. Over time, those spikes contribute to chronic inflammation, insulin resistance, and poor blood vessel function, three key players in the development and worsening of peripheral neuropathy. But it doesn't stop there. Fried potatoes, like French fries or hash browns, take the problem to a whole new level. Cooking potatoes in cheap oils at high heat creates harmful compounds like acrylamide and oxidized fats. These not only increase inflammation throughout the body but also directly damage the nerves and blood vessels in your legs. What does that mean for you? More swelling, more water retention, and poorer circulation to the extremities, all of which can worsen the pins and needles sensation or numbness in your feet. And let's not forget the weight gain. Regularly eating starchy, fried foods can lead to extra pounds, which puts more pressure on the lower body and can compress sensitive nerves in the legs and ankles. It becomes a vicious cycle: more swelling, more pain, and slower healing over time. This doesn't mean you can never enjoy a potato again. But it does mean being mindful of how it's prepared and how often it shows up on your plate. Baking or boiling in moderation is a better option. And pairing potatoes with fiber-rich vegetables and healthy fats can help slow that blood sugar spike. Taking small steps with your plate can make a big difference in how your legs feel every day. As we age, it's easy to overlook how certain foods quietly impact our circulation, nerve health, and even cause that frustrating numbness or tingling in the legs. But knowledge is power, and small changes in your diet can bring real relief. By limiting processed foods, fried snacks, and sugary treats, you support healthier blood flow and protect your nerves. Replace them with colorful vegetables, healthy fats, lean proteins, and whole grains. Your legs, and your entire body, will thank you. If you've been dealing with numbness, swelling, or cold feet, take a moment to reflect on your meals. Sometimes, simple awareness of what you eat can be the first step to feeling better, and don't worry, you're not alone. These symptoms are common, but they don't have to be permanent. This is Elderly Power Tips, where we believe aging should feel strong, not stiff. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share this with someone who might need it. We're here to help you walk stronger, one step, and one smart choice at a time.